When it comes to building a business in property investing, a few people succeed and get massive results. However, the vast majority really struggle to get any kind of results. The thing is, there's a code that most people fail to crack. However, the code is surprisingly simple, and in this video I want to break it down for you in 6 steps. If you're watching my videos for the first time, my name is Saj Hussain, and on this channel I share with you my 15 years of property investing experience to ultimately help you get further faster in your own property investing journey. When it comes to getting success in property investing, I've seen a few people do phenomenally well, but I see so many people really struggle to get the results. And over the years, I've kind of deciphered, if you like, and worked out what I think is a fairly simple method that, if it's followed, will produce massive results for you. So let's just jump straight into step number 1. Step 1 is to have a clear goal of what it is that you're trying to achieve. So when you get involved in property, I'm guessing you want to do that because you want to make some more money, right? Okay, so how much more money is it that you want to make? When do you want to make that money? How does that look like? So for example, is it a case of you want a little bit of extra income each month just to supplement your job? Or on the other hand, it may be you want to make a significant amount of income each month so you can give up the day job and maybe replace it with property income. On the other hand, it may be that you're trying to build up some income for the longer term. It may be you love your job right now, you've got no intention of giving up that job, but you want some additional income. So in a few years' time, maybe you want to take it a bit easier and you've got a little nest egg built. Now, depending on which method that you pick, you can only work out how you're going to achieve that income once you've got really clear in terms of what it is that you're trying to achieve. So having a clear goal right from the offset is absolutely important. The reason having a clear goal is so important because in property, there are so many different ways you can make money. And one of the challenges is when you get involved in property investing, it's very easy to get distracted by these different strategies that you're looking at and the shiny penny syndrome, if you like, and everything looks appealing, but you can't follow all the strategies. You've got to pick the one that's going to work for you, that's really going to help you get the results you want. But once you get absolutely clear what you're looking for, then you can put those blinkers on and stay absolutely focused because you know where you're going and what is it that you're trying to achieve. Step number 2 is to have a clear purpose in terms of why it is that you want to do this. So the reason that is important is because when you're getting involved in property investing, you're going to be facing lots of challenges. It's not going to be a smooth journey. You're not going to start here and the graph is not going to look like this and massive results over here. What will happen is you'll start like this and you'll go like this and up and down, and eventually you'll start heading in this upward direction. And the reason for that is because there are so many challenges. Most people will give up when they start facing challenges, but the thing that you need to do is push through and push past those challenges as and when they arrive, because believe me, in property investing, they will arise. When the agent rings you up and tells you that the seller is starting to get a little bit flaky, the deal might not go through, then the solicitor rings you, tells you they find problems in the contract and there might be issues, you might not be able to get the mortgage raised, and then you find a problem with the builder's taking on another job, they're not going to wait for you. When all these things start happening, now hopefully they won't all happen on one project, but these type of challenges, as you start facing them, it's very easy just to throw in the towel and say, hey, this is just too much headache, this is too much hassle, it's just a massive amount of stress. But you've got to remember that the rewards are absolutely phenomenal in terms of what you can achieve in property. So you've got to push past the challenges. And what is it that's going to help you push past those challenges is that drive that you have, the purpose in terms of why you're doing it. So for example, for me, I want to try and leave a legacy, make a difference to my family, for them to be able to have a much easier life than maybe I did when I was growing up. And really that's what drives me, that's what keeps me going. Plus the fact that, and hey, also I'm helping you and thousands of other people in their property investing journey, and that really inspires me to be able to help and make a difference to other people. Now when I've got a drive and purpose like that, I keep pushing forward because I know it's important and I want to make that difference. So when you've got a strong reason why you want to do this, maybe it's to make a difference in your life, maybe you want to just get out the job you absolutely hate, because when you face those challenges, you can remind yourself why you embarked on this journey. That's what's going to help you push forward, push past the challenges and keep going, because that's where the results are. Step 3 is to have the right knowledge and information in terms of how you're going to do what you're going to do. So you might have a clear goal in terms of, hey, this is what I want to try and achieve. I want to achieve a certain amount of income each month. It might be aiming for, say, for example, a $5,000 goal. And the reason you want to do that is because you absolutely hate your job. You want to be able to get out of it and have some freedom in your life and enjoy life, because you weren't put on this earth just to be able to work 9 to 5, pay those bills, and hey, that's it. There's more to life than that. That's what's driving you, and that's what wants to keep you pushing forward. But how is it you're going to make it work? Because you need to find a strategy that's going to work for you. But the key thing is, and this is so important, many people pick a strategy because it looks interesting or they've seen somebody else do well in it. But I believe the way to find the right strategy is to understand yourself better in terms of what might suit you. You want that strategy to fit like a glove. And the reason that's important is because you'll get much better and results much easier if you find a strategy that works well for you. So for example, thinking about how much time you have, how much money you have available to you right now, how much experience you might already have, what are the skills that you have that are transferable that you might be able to bring into this industry, where you're based in the country, what the state of the economy is at that moment in time based on where you are. All these factors are going to contribute to the success of the strategy you pick. So picking the right strategy, then understanding that strategy fully. Remember, a little bit of knowledge is absolutely dangerous. You want to make sure that you fully understand the strategy so that you can implement and get the results that you're looking for. Step number 4 is about implementation. Now with implementation, it's about taking the knowledge that you've acquired and actually putting it into use so that you can start getting some results from it. There's no point spending all this time and effort on step 3 and learning this information, trying to understand it, burning the midnight oil, just trying to absorb it all, because that information can be of no use to you until you actually get out there and start using it. To know and not to do is not to know. So what we need to do is make sure the strategy is being rolled out the way we've learned it. So for example, if you're looking for rent to rent, you're starting to get out there, learn about the area that you're in, what the social demographics like, what type of tenants are there, what the market rates are for those properties. Then you've got to start going out there looking for the deals, whether it's direct to vendor, to the agent. You've got to start negotiating them. You've got to appraise them, see if the deals are going to work for you. Once you've got the key, you've got to get those properties set up, get the work done on them, get them furnished, get ready to go. Do you see? You've got to do all this stuff to start getting the result. And if you do some of it, that's not going to produce a result. You've got to do all the things you need to do. Sometimes what people will do, they learn they get the knowledge, they learn the information, then they dip their toe in a little bit. We're just going to give it a little test and see how that goes. But that's not really going to help you, because you've got to jump into the deep end to actually get the results. Now there's 2 books that have really helped me when it comes to understanding how to just implement stuff and get things done. And those 2 books are just over here. The first one is this one by Darren Hardy, which is The Compound Effect. And the second one is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Both books are very similar in terms of the principles of what they're teaching. And essentially the essence is you do a little bit each and every day, and what you'll find, that compounding of work that you're doing starts producing massive results. You don't see initially, but then over time you start doing it. So for example, let's say I'm going to go and have a cream cake today. Am I going to get fat? No, probably not by having one cake. However, if I start having a cream cake each and every day, twice a day, over the next few months, is that going to make a difference to my weight? Most probably it's going to make me huge. And the reason for that is because the regular compounding effect is what makes a difference. It's just like going to the gym. You're going to go to the gym, you work out once, and hey, you're going to come back super fit. No, it's not likely to happen, because you've got to go back and put the effort in. And it's the same thing with the knowledge that you've acquired from property. You've got to go out there, you've got to implement it, and then you'll start seeing the results. Step number 5 is about having the right support structure around you. This is having people around you that can help you, support you, hold you to account. People on the same mission as you, because hey, as I said, you're going to face many challenges when you start implementing and you start trying to get the results you're looking for. And when you can turn to other people doing similar things to you, you'll find that starts making a huge difference. And one of the reasons I run the monthly property meet is to allow people to come together and learn from each other. It's not just about me teaching and supporting you. It's also there's people there that are doing similar things. They've got similar aspirations. And when you're all in a uniform way trying to achieve a common goal and a common purpose, you'll find things become so much easier rather than trying to do it on your own. Step number 6 is about mastery of your subject and understanding it in depth. So earlier we talked about getting the knowledge, the information, and getting the understanding before you start implementing. But what you see sometimes people doing, I see this quite a lot in the rent to rent strategy, where people will start at the beginning, they start implementing this, they really struggle to get some results. But then over time, as that first deal starts coming through, they find the second one's a little bit easier, the third one starts coming through, and then before you know it, because they've started building some trust and understanding with the agents are starting to now offer some deals, and they're starting to take deals on left, right and center. The reason they're taking those deals on, because they're just available, they take them on. However, they haven't yet spent the time and effort to build the systems and the processes to be able to scale up that business. So inevitably what happens, the business grows to a certain size and then starts becoming a little bit rocky, and then it collapses. The reason it collapses is because there's no solid foundations that it's being built on. The processes aren't there, the systems aren't there. Yes, you can take these properties on, and yes, you can start getting the properties up and running. You can get them furnished and you can start advertising them. You might have higher voids, you might have challenges with some of the tenants, you might have rent arrears, and because there isn't the processes in place to manage that and you're not able to do everything, that's a common problem that we see with rent to rent. And this all comes from really a lack of systems and understanding of systems and processes. The other thing that systems will enable you to do is to create something that you can step away from, that somebody else can then operate on your behalf to get the results for you. Or it may be that you build it so it starts running smoothly, and then you can even sell it and exit that way as well. So by starting early to put those systems in place, you'll find that your growth is much easier and your exit is much easier too. So what is it that we've actually learned from these 6 steps? Well, the first steps, the goal setting, is really about having a clear plan of what is you trying to do, so you've got direction. The second is your purpose and understanding why you're doing it. So that's what will keep you going and keep you driven and keep you motivated to be able to push forward. And number 3 then is really about having the knowledge and understanding about the strategy, not only having the right strategy, but how to do what it is you need to do, the nuts and bolts, the technicalities of that particular strategy. Number 4, of course, is going out there and then implementing it to start getting the results that you want as well. And then number 5 is to have the right support environment around you, so you've got positive, supportive people to help you and push you forward, rather than people that are pulling you back and naysayers and stealing your dreams. And number 6 is really about mastering your subject by building the systems and processes and really understanding the intricacies of how your business works, in order for you to be able to step back from it before it runs and gives you the income, so you can have the time freedom, or maybe even build it up to exit that way as well. As you can see from the 6 steps, it's really not that complicated. The code is not that difficult to decipher. They are simple steps, you just need to stick to them to get the results. Now, if you want to learn more about what's the right strategy for you to do, then I'm going to link a video just up here for you. Just before you do that, make sure you click down here on my face to subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you over here on this video.